Welcome to this video showing the gaming environment in Beat the Market, the online economic simulation. This is my student account, and I'm David Baird, the Senior Lecturer of Economics at Indiana University Southeast. And I always set up a student account in my coursework, and I can kind of see what the students are saying, and it helps me help them. And the coursework is where the assigned games are, but students can create their own personal games here. And the creation of the game looks the same for the students as it does for the instructor. So this way I can kind of kill two birds with one stone. Let's go create a game. We'll just call it practice. And I'm just going to pick up to 8 decisions so you can see the complexity. We can have the students play against the computer, which a student would do to practice. And in my very last game, my group project, I have them compete against other student groups in the class. We can do that in another video. So let's go ahead and set one up. You can see we have the 4 marketplaces, the price taking marketplace and the 3 price searching marketplaces. I have the students do a game on their own in perfect competition and one in Monopoly. We can do a practice mode where we can repeat it over and over again, or do a test mode. We'll leave it in this example in the practice mode. We can adjust the economic events that we can see. Yes, we want students to see them, and we'll just go ahead for this example and make it stable. Next, we pick the level of complexity. I want to go ahead and pick level 2 because I want to show you a couple things here in the decision-making process, and we can pick however many quarters decisions that we want. We'll just leave it here at 8 and create our game. Once created, we go select the game and play it. And now the simulation in the gaming environment is open. You can see here that we're playing in a perfect competition. We're in quarter 0 of 8. So let's go study the economic variables. We can look at the profit report and see how much money that we're making. You can see these tabs go left to right, and then when I click study, we go these 4 tabs left to right. We can see supply and demand. We can see we didn't have enough product. The demand was at almost 5,087, but we only produced 4,100 units. We can go look at the overall market. We can see that demand outpaces supply. And we can go look at what our competitors did. And it shows all the competitors in the perfectly competitive marketplace. We can go to graph, and we teach the kids that marginal cost and marginal revenue are the profit maximizing point. So firm price, firm marginal cost would be that. We can see here that the marginal cost was well below marginal revenue, so we should have produced more units. Here in decision making then, we can see what the price was, and we can see our production, our plant size of 6. When you click the info button in price, some of the various practices actually give you the price elasticity, but this can be calculated over time. We can see here in production what the production rates are, and here's something really important here. In plant size, we can see that a plant size of 6, that at 3,000 it's at the lowest marginal cost point. So that would be the best spot. And we can see that that was $14.31 at 50% capacity, and it just goes up from there. At maximum, it's $158, and of course, $158 would not be a wise decision at 80. So let's just go ahead and produce a couple of more units. We're not going to do any calculating here. I'm going to go ahead and do a plant size of 7, save those decisions, and execute. And I'm just doing that without doing any calculations. You can see here, woohoo, he's happy, but I still didn't quite produce enough units. We can again go to study. We can go run here to see how we did. Our excess supply, boy, we hit it just by guessing. Our demand and our sales were right on the money. We can see how demand was. Market demand was a lot lower than supply. A whole lot of people produce a whole lot. We can see, look at what happened to market price. Keep in mind, we just got to take that market price. We don't change it in this particular scenario. In graphing, we can look that our marginal cost crept back up, and again, what price was. So we come over here to decisions. We're not making any changes to price. Fortunately, we added to our plan size because that lowered our marginal cost graph. What's going to happen to quantity demanded with that price dropping? Well, it's going to rise, but I have to be careful about how many I make, or I could be in trouble. So let's just go ahead and call it 5 for tickles. We're not going to, well, we probably should change our plant size again, because with that price dropping so much, there's going to be a lot more demand in the marketplace next quarter. We'll go ahead, hit save decisions, and execute. Again, we get some information. Ooh, no warnings this time. Not too bad. Let's go see what happened. We can look at demand, and we can see we were short 1,400 units. We knew it would happen because the price dropped so dramatically, but we would have lost our shirts if we made too many. We can look at market research, and we can see market demand. Look how it jumped so far, but everybody was in the same bind because of plant capacity. And again, let's go look at graph, marginal cost. Look at our marginal cost, marginal revenue. Did we not guess that close, or what? So again, as the students work together, this is exactly what they would see and do, and get feedback in the game, and make decisions on profitability. Hope that was helpful to you. Any questions, feel free to reach out to me at dmbaird@ius.edu.